So I have this rug, and this rug is an awesome rug. My mom got me this from Costco when I first moved here for college. It was like 10 bucks, and it's super cute. It's got all like the planets on it and the sun and this little guy on the moon, and it does a pretty good job of telling you what's in our solar system. But what it doesn't do a great job at, as is common with like kids cartoons, is give you the scale of things in outer space, and that's because the scale of things in outer space is really big and kind of hard to make into pretty cartoons. Like, I know we're just out to tell you what's in the solar system, but like this guy, he's too big to fit in this space shuttle. He's got to squeeze so small to be able to get off the moon, and I'm concerned for him. But we're gonna use this rug to show you the size of things in our solar system. So yeah, let's do it.
So, just with sizes and things, I don't even know where to begin because I was gonna begin with the sun and give you everything in relation to the sun, but even if I just gave you the size of Jupiter in comparison to the sun, Jupiter would be like this, probably smaller than that. So we're gonna start with comparing the sizes of planets because you just gotta know that the sun is so big. I just looked it up, and the sun is 864,400 miles across, which means you could fit 109, I think, Earths across, and I think like 1.3 million Earths could fit inside. So you know, it's a big star, and we're not gonna deal with the sun. Okay. Starting at Jupiter, it appears that Earth is really only 3 Jupiters in size, which is just astronomically incorrect. So, like, Jupiter can fit a lot of Earths inside. I used to know the number. Hold on. 1,300, that is the number, so Jupiter's definitely bigger. I know, like, we always, like, measure things as how many Earths can fit inside it, and I know it's a little narcissistic, but, you know, Earth is the best planet, so. But if this was, like, to scale, this is, like, that's how big Earth would be. The beam. Things that are accurate on this map, though, like Jupiter and Saturn, that's pretty much about the size. Saturn is a little bit smaller than Jupiter, actually quite a bit smaller, but the rings just make it look like extra large. But I think when we calculate sizes, we do not include the rings. Uranus and Saturn are Uranus should be quite a bit smaller than Saturn. Saturn is 36,000 miles radius, and Uranus is, 15,700 miles radius. So almost like a little less than half, I guess like a third, but it still does kind of look like half. But we had to put it in the picture, so it looks a lot bigger. Neptune, on the other hand, actually looks bigger than Uranus. Uranus looks smaller, but Uranus is a couple hundred miles bigger in radii, so that's also wrong. And then we go to the rocky planets, which if we did them accurately, they would just be like beans in comparison. This would be like, okay, this would be Jupiter, and then like these guys would be Venus and Earth, and then this piece of rice, if we split it in half, would be probably Mercury, and then the other half would be Mars. But yeah, you know, it's just too big. Mercury in comparison to Mars is pretty accurate, I want to say, on this map, but everything else, actually Earth and Venus are actually about the same size, but Earth and Mars are not. Mars is not the same size as Venus and Earth. Mars is actually about half the size of Earth. Oh, here. Okay, so if this is the size of Earth, Mars would be like that big. Kind of. Actually, it'd be like a little bit bigger, I guess. So that would be the size of that. And then Mercury compared to Earth would be like half of this avocado, because it's quite a bit smaller. Earth's radius is almost 4,000 miles, and then Mercury's radius is like 1,500 miles. So so very small. It's almost the size of the moon, I think. It's just a little bit bigger than our moon. But yeah, those are some sizes for you. When I see these kinds of maps, like, Jupiter is so big. The gas giants are huge, and the rocky planets are, like, so small. And it's hard to grasp that if you don't, like, see it. So, yeah, space is so big. Anyway, I didn't even talk about how these all are just in the same sky and just kind of scattered around. But, like, you know, they're far apart. Very far apart. Anyway, I love this rug. Goodbye.